I would just like to put a disclaimer that I am completely aware that I'm no genius.
Correct.
The No Filter Show is brought to you by Titan Hospitality, Quality Home Center, BMG Insurance, and Oasis Marketplace. Hello again, Bahamas and world.
Hi.
We're from the Bahamas. We're here in the Bahamas. But I want everybody in the world to appreciate some of the words that are coming out of my mouth. You're not going to appreciate all. I mean, that's just how it is, right? My name is Gina Knowles, and we're here with the No Filter Show. And here is
Michelle Knowles.
just funny. You're Knowles
I am
because we related.
a little bit.
Yes, a little bit. Okay. So this is my sister, and now that we say this, she's supposed to be able to be my cooler, but she hasn't been cool to me.
I actually no.
Wait,
I'm probably just as bad.
yeah. I think you know, but I think maybe she knows what particular topics may really anger me. That's why I have not tapped in yet to the things that our government does.
Because the common sense don't be sensing sometimes.
Yeah, and you know what? It's not just I'm not being curry favoring. It ain't just our government. It's like a lot of governments out there.
Hint, hint, wink, wink.
Yeah, that's giving some issues at this moment in time. But anyway, yeah. So about common sense. What brings me here today to talk about, as I have to freak out but try to stay calm, is the things that some people do that just, I don't want to say they don't have common sense because that's not nice. And I can tell you that I feel as if it has made me dig deeper and to read and Google more about what common sense is. So, I have this
Person. Yes.
who,
In your life.
yes,
Mm-hmm.
that helps me out a bit.
But yeah, on occasion.
Yes.
Mhm.
And what I don't understand is when I say that I need this done like this, and she says yes, and she gets it, but yet when I come back, it's not done like that. So I am, what people say, because what I would say, that's common sense.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had to, realize that sometimes it's not common sense. So common sense really, when you think about it, is something that was commonly known
Mm-hmm.
to your group of people.
So like the majority of people would think this way.
Yes. In this household, in this country, neighborhood, etc., culture.
Yes.
So like us as Bahamians who live on top of the sun,
Mm-hmm.
we know the sun will burn us. But then that we have tourists who come here and go in the sun every day, don't put on sunblock, get burned up, all crispy, peeling and thing. We'll say, why don't you put on sunblock? That's common sense.
Yes.
No, they don't know the power of our sun.
They don't. Oh.
So then you have to stop back and look at stuff. So like, true story with my daughter Skylar,
Mm-hmm.
she was going to go do her speeding test, her driving test. My daughter,
Skylar, I do hope that you did not speed in the test.
my daughter is in speed, and so she's going to do her driving test here in Nassau, not the one in the States now.
Okay.
And she went in, she did the test, and it was another little girl with her, and she passed the test. When she came out, she was in the line, after you get the test, you have to go to this line and this line to get all these different things. She went and she passed the test, and she was standing in this line. So when she came out the line, after taking the picture to get ready to go do the driving test type of thing and all that different stuff, permit, yada, yada,
Mm-hmm.
then the little girl who was in with her was sitting on the sidewalk crying. So, of course, you know me,
Yeah.
I went over. I was like, is everything okay? And she said she failed the test. So I was like, oh, what happened? So she says, this is my third time. I can't get it. And she was, this is the one on the computer.
Mm.
So this is when Skylar was, 17 or whatever. We get in the car, and Skylar said, I don't understand why she failed. It's common sense questions.
Yeah.
And I said, not necessarily common sense questions, because you were fortunate enough to grow up with a car and have somebody teach you how to drive. And I'm always saying this sign means this sign means this. So I swung back around the parking lot to go find this little girl.
Yeah.
To see, hey, well, how come you think you don't know these things? And you know what she said? Broke my heart. Is she lives way out Gambia and she catches the bus everywhere. So I said to my daughter, because I always have to prove a point, hi, so do you know which bus it takes to go to Gambia?
Absolutely not.
No. And do you know what the little girl said? That's common sense. And I went, bing. You see? Last week I was doing all these interviews because I'm hiring in my off time now that I have things to do. Right?
Yes.
So I've been doing consultation for different companies, and they need help interviewing and hiring and help training and customer service, yada, yada. And I was interviewing. These people don't know how to write a resume.
No, and I know it used to be taught in schools at some point, and
Do
they
you
stopped.
remember learning that?
I do remember learning that actually, and I came out in 2009.
You did learn it in school.
I did.
I learned it in the school, but then it seems they stopped. See, and once again, well, that was common sense on behalf of the schools, why they thought they could stop. They think everybody's just going to know it.
I don't know what the process of thinking was on that, but I want to circle back to your driving test common sense.
Mm-hmm.
I very much relate to Skylar because I cannot tell you what bus runs anywhere because I've never caught a bus in my life.
And this is what happens when you are the baby. I have caught plenty bus on my first job going to Breezes. And I know you catch the 10A and don't jump on the 10B because where you going to end up? Way around Carmichael. Come all the way back around. And you don't really get a nap. See? She's spoiled. Like my children.
And I'm actually very proud to say that I am.
Yes. You see? That's what happened. So back on these interviews.
Yeah, tell me about them.
So I've been interviewing, and listen, when you write a resume, you don't go and put your email as, and I'm sorry I have to say this word, but this is a true story. I swear on my life. The badass bitch is back at gmail.com.
That's a choice. That's a choice to really put on a resume and put that out there.
My hobbies are I like sitting on Cabbage Beach, letting the breeze blow through my weave.
I refuse to believe they actually said that.
I swear. I don't want to work weekends,
Really?
but still would like a day off during the week.
Oh,
Yeah, this is what we're dealing with. And sometimes, oh, this is the best. You have an interview for 10:30 and you show up for 10:45, but you should be given a 15-minute grace.
you should. I have to say I do appreciate the confidence in each of these things.
So is this common sense? Because nobody's taught them. I mean, once again, they don't know any better.
No.
Would that be common sense? You see why we have to do this?
Yeah, we have to kind of weigh it because
Yes.
we can't really blame them.
Because nobody's taught them.
No.
So now when I'm in interviews, I find myself now coaching and teaching them for when they have their next interview. They're not hired by me.
I'm sorry, you're not gonna get this one, but let me tell you, your next interview you go on.
Oh, and the resume. Listen, people, listen. When you go and you Google, man, Google needs a. I need a sponsorship from Google. Producer, please send a copy because I've said their name a lot.
Work on it.
And I think that they should sponsor me. You know,
All
we're going
right.
to get a little GPT AI person to type out our transcript and count how much times I've said the word. I'm going to stop saying. Go on the little internet and I want you to look up. What did I want them to look up?
How to do a resume?
How to do a resume, because I already forgot. and their sample comes up.
Yes.
And they print off and send the resume with the watermark because they didn't want to pay for it.
But the thing, like Microsoft Word, and even like if you're using not Microsoft Word, if you're using, we're going to say this word again, Google Word, Google Docs,
Mm-hmm.
they have resume templates.
I know that, but I mean,
That's what I'm saying. Why don't people use the templates?
I don't know. The No Filter Show is brought to you by Titan Hospitality, Quality Home Center, BMG Insurance, and Oasis Marketplace.
This segment is brought to you by Chippy's Fish and Chips.
How are we going to fix this issue around the world about common sense? Now, I mean, we want to start with our Nassau and then Bahamas and the rest of the world, but it's just crazy because even how I travel, it's a worldwide problem. And I would just like to put a disclaimer that I am completely aware that I'm no genius.
Correct.
My sister. I'm not a genius, but I do have common sense with the common things that are around me.
Yes. I will say, you're no genius, but you have more common sense than I do. So.
And I have street smarts. And I know how to cross the street without falling down.
And you know how to catch the bus.
And I know how to catch the bus. So how are we going to fix this common sense? I don't want to say it's like a common sense too, It is. We do have a lot of stupid people around us. And yeah, that's a new word. There's certain words that I've been learning that you're not allowed to say. I'm not allowed to say stupid and apparently retarded. And I'm not allowed to say.
No, definitely not retarded. Slur. Can't say that.
The black people thing, they're like getting me out of that too. And I'm like, when I grew up saying black people, Chinese people, Jew people, da-da-da. That's what we do. Like, if you're a Jew, you're a Jew. I don't understand it. You're not allowed to say so much different things as we get older. And you know what it is? It's these devices. Like you. Like this. When we went out back in the day, see, these young people, they're screwed. We went out back in the day, we could do anything and say anything we want. But now you have to have common sense.
Because everything is recorded.
Everything is recorded and it's going to be all over. And watch how much people are going to say, that Conky Joe boy, anything that comes out of her mouth.
That, and I almost said a word I wasn't
And I
supposed to
think
say.
that I do pretty good. I think that I filter. You can imagine if I didn't filter. Boy, if you all only know, my kids would kill me. Because they always say, can't say this, Mom.
Yes.
Stop being offended. So, back on fixing common sense. I think, be aware.
Ask for help.
Ask for help. If you see something, say something. It's just, we got to work on this. You have any suggestions? Because people aren't paying attention anymore. They're not learning from what's happening around them. And it's bothering me.
Yes.
It is. I gotta pray. I gotta pray for these people.
I
pray.
I was going to say, that's all we could do, really. It's just pray for the
Yeah.
people.
And I'm going to tell my mom to pray. And there's a new Pope. Pope Leo. I'm going to tell him to pray too.
Yeah.
So we're going to end on that note that I know who the Pope is. Bet y'all didn't know that. And guess what? My daughter's in Italy. She may meet the new Pope.
I would love that for her.
I know, right? She takes some of them demons out of her head. Yeah. Okay. So have a good day. And I'll check you in the next episode. The No Filter Show is brought to you by Titan Hospitality, Quality Home Center, BMG Insurance, and Oasis Marketplace.